Um, Either way, let's get into the press conference. Let's go right into it then. So these guys, the way they match up, I wanna point that out. They're not obviously Lamont Roach is moving up in weight division, but
Right.
he
Right.
looks like the taller guy. Very confident in this press conference yesterday. Um, some things that any highlights that intrigued you the most that you was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Man,
go
I
dive in.
like Lamont. Like I said again, I know these kids since we was in the amateurs, and when I used to actually train with them. You know what I'm saying? Way back in the day. That's how I met Lamont. I think like the first day I met Lamont, we actually sparred or whatever. Like that's how far back me and Lamont. But again, the one thing I point out that I didn't necessarily agree on that Lamont said during the press conference when he basically said, and I'm pretty sure y'all in the comments probably remember also when he said something like, I got my ears to the streets and they basically saying that you're not focused. I'm looking like you can't go off on that because that reminded me of something that he said to me when before we fought. You know what I'm saying? Like about I think he was I never forget I was cutting weight. I never forget it was the week of the fight because we was all in California. And this is like the day of the weigh-in. This is actually the day of the weigh-in. You know, you guys see the doctors and everything. And Lamont, and I ran to Lamont. Now, Lamont was said something like, "Hey, you looking kind of small there." But like, bro, I'm cutting weight. But in their mind, they looking at I was struggling to make weight, and I think that's a false sense of confidence. So like when he said that about Tank, I kind of got flashbacks about when he said that to me about cutting weight, and he's trying to say that Tank not. But I'm like, bro, it's December. That fight's way in March. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure after the holidays and everything's over with, everybody's gonna crunch down and really get the gears cranking and focus on camp. So you can't I get it. It's good to be confident, but don't overlook or don't dig into much what you think you heard from whoever said this and then the third because we know, you know what I'm saying? Like you seen it when Tank heard the crowd his side talking crazy, whatever. That's when Tank got up and it was like bet 100 on it. Like those things get fighters riled up. So like you can't really go off on what you heard in the moment because like again, people were like I look on Twitter, people was looking at Lamont like he wasn't focused and serious. So like you can't really you gotta just go in there and just like you gotta just go into training camp thinking you're gonna get the best out to me. I honestly, between all of us, we probably can agree. The press conference, it was kind of dry, not like dry in a bad way, but like it wasn't a lot of like a lot of animosity or hype that we thought was going to expect, especially for them being from the DMV. But I was telling my boy yesterday, I guarantee by the press conference during the fight week, it probably had a whole different tune than what we seen yesterday. But again, I think Tank was just being mad, laid back, and chill for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like you said, I got like, don't bring the kids, and yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm like, yo, I'm like, I know they got like somebody asked me before, hey, what can you tell Tank? I can't tell Tank a damn thing. Like these guys know each other since they was fucking, you know what I'm saying, before they was teenagers. So like at the same time, I'm pretty sure that Tank know more about Lamont than I do from my fight any day. So like again, like I'm pretty sure like Tank is really like I say he's focused. He's focused. I know Lamont's focused, but again, like you gotta just bring your best on fight night and not worry about what you heard or think that he not focused and none of that. Because at the same time, you might be shocked and it might turn out ugly.
Mm. I like that take, Jamal. I like that take. So I just put up a poll. What fight do you guys believe is better? I'm gonna let you answer it first. You've been a part of both fights.
Right. Yes.
You fought both. You fought both
Hey,
opponents.
I'm 1-1.
You won and
I
one.
laugh at it. I laugh at it. But
Facts, right? So you won and one.
right.
What fight do you feel like is more competitive? What's a better fight in your eyes? Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Schofield, or Javante Tank Davis and Lamont Roach?
Probably the Tank and Lamont, just because they got history together. They both it's really despite everybody saying he's moving up a weight class, it's still champion versus champion when you on paper at least. Nothing against Floyd Schofield, but this is like his real. If you look at it, this is his real. you know what I'm saying, real big test, and he's fighting a guy who's basically more a defensive master. And again, I feel like Floyd got to go there and be aggressive from the opening bell, because if he get discouraged and let Shakur get in his eight and let it get in his rhythm, it could be a long night. But again, I like the Tank and Lamont fight, because again, there's history there. These two guys that know each other, they trained with each other at one point in time, they sparred each other, they fought in the amateurs together. They, like Tank said, we both came up in the amateurs together, and a lot of these guys that started with us that know they're not even here, and yet here we are, we're both champions. So I think that's probably the more intriguing matchup, and it's not taking nothing away from Shakur and Schofield's fight. But yeah, I probably, if, like you said, if I had to choose, I'm probably more interested in the Tank fight. But again, the Floyd fight is interesting because again, they're the ones who actually pressed for the fight. Like they've been pressing for this fight from his father to whatever. They've been pressing for it. And it's like, hey, the more you keep poking the bear, you're gonna get what you're looking for. So it is what it is.
So is it like in your eyes you believe that Floyd Schofield, we don't know if he is proven to be an elite fighter, and
We
then
don't know. Don't know. We don't know. Like we just don't know. Like, and plus, I know y'all look. Come on, let's be real, everybody in the comments. Y'all looking at y'all. We all looking at the last fight. We all seen what happened in the last fight. You know, because they always say in boxing, they always say you're good as your last fight. I mean, which is human nature. You know what I'm saying? It's like again, he won the fight. I thought he won every round, but he had a little hiccups. In that it was like he got knocked down, but he had hiccups in that fight. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go from that to a Shakur, and then not because I lost to the man. I don't really care. I'm just being real. It just levels. But again, salute to him and his father for taking the fight. I commend that, because again, we could talk trash about saying he's not ready for the fight, or we can talk trash about how fighters is not stepped up to the plate. So we can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I commend him for taking the fight, but it's like, all right, you gotta definitely forget what happened in your last fight, at least learn from it, step it up, and you really gotta go in and put on a different gear. But like in terms of Lamont and Tank, Lamont, he hasn't lost since we fought. You know what I mean? He's become a world champion since then. Despite, and you look at him, I probably felt that he's probably outgrowing 130 anyway, because you heard what he said. He's confident that we're saying that if he beats Tank this fight, and then the clause with the rematch and beats him, then he's talking about going to 140 to fight O'Reilly for the WBA title. So again, what I mean, he's not. It is for him. It's not about the weight. You seen him doing the face off. He looked kind of bigger than Tank in the face off. So, but I get what y'all saying. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people thinking who's Lamont Roach, and y'all clown. He lost to me, yada yada yada. You know what I mean? But again, I like intriguing matches when there's history in it. Like again, that they have history and there's a dynamic behind it.
100%. I like that take. Yeah. So tell me, like, do you feel like it's more competitive also due to the fact that they shared the ring, or just the fact that Lamont's proven? But in the same time, he's proven at 130, not
Right.
at 135.
Right. Nah, I think it just I couldn't, like I said, and I'm pretty yeah, any y'all want to join in. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I would love for y'all.
I'm gonna be tapping in the guest
I love for y'all.
momentarily as well.
I can't sit there and say if he's more proven, whatever. I just think again, when you like in the human mind, when you got history with somebody, you don't care, what I'm saying, what the difference is in terms of weight. Like, what I'm saying, my man he really think he got something for Tank. He ain't backing down, you know what I mean? And you kind of seen, even if there's a respect level, even yesterday there's kind of there's still a respect level there. Even Tank was giving him his credit, his props. And I don't think it was just because, oh, Tank is trying to sell a fight. Nah, Tank, this is somebody he know. They grew up together. So I think this is a respect level there. I think they, like Tank even said, he has sneaky power. I mean, you heard me in the 11th round when we fought. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. So I think that I like more fights like that when there's a dynamic there, and there's a story within that fight at least. And despite them both saying yesterday, oh, it's not about the DMV bullshit. I guarantee 10, 20 years from now, what they gonna say? Hey, who was the top dog and from representing the area, yada yada yada. Oh, remember when Tank and Lamont fought that? It's bragging rights on the line at the end of the day.